Now, if you look closely at the map on the title page or the chapter page for Country Club Park, you'll see the location of Country Club Park seems to be outside the borders of West Adams. And so you might ask yourself, wait a minute, is Jet pulling a fast one? Is he including other neighborhoods that aren't actually in West Adams? Well, that's exactly why Country Club Park is in this volume. I wanted something that represented, well, how should I put this? You know how they say that history is written by the victors. And it seems to me that the history of West Adams is written by whoever volunteers the most on a neighborhood organization, right? And that's probably true for wherever you are. Yeah, I mentioned before how different people in West Adams would say different things about Sugar Hill, about what Sugar Hill was or where it was located. It's the same thing for other parts of West Adams, or even what West Adams is. And so I've met so many people in the last year and a half photographing saying, Country Club Park, oh, that's a venerable part. That's a venerable part of the district. And other people would say, absolutely not. It's not part of West Adams. They're just trying to include themselves to be part of this historic district. So I thought it would be a good idea, a representative idea, to include an example of this in the book. And that's why we have Country Club Park, an area that was originally, I guess, all the way in the western, as far away you can go, the outskirts of the city of Los Angeles. And of course now it's one big sprawl. But that kind of thing, when you have a place that's defined by an oral tradition, when things aren't necessarily written down, the nature of things, even down to street names, for instance, the nature of things is permeable. So there's a street that I photographed on. It's got, I believe, 5 or 6 historic buildings on it, nationally recognized historic buildings. Bonsalo in North University Park. Or is it Bonsayo? Because folks I speak to that are Hispanic or Latino origin, or moved here from down south, I refer to it because it's got 2 L's, Bonsalo, B-O-N-S-A-L-L-O, the double L sound, of course, in Spanish with a Y sound becomes a Y, so they pronounce it Bonsayo, whereas the Anglos, the white folk I've spoken to, say, well, you know, it was named after a guy called Bonsall, so it's absolutely no question Bonsalo. And the thing is well, it will be B, whatever the consensus is, right? So history is written by the victors. Whatever the consensus is, that's what it's going to be. And I wanted to kind of include that idea in by including Country Club Park here in this volume. There's only, in fact, actually, I was just checking the draft of the book, and there was a link to the Wikipedia entry for Country Club Park, but it no longer goes to Country Club Park because since I first submitted the link a little while ago, or created the link in the book a couple of months ago, it's now been redirected to a place called Arlington Heights. So there's a battle on Wikipedia about what the area is called. Is it Country Club Park or Arlington Heights? Anyway, that's why I wanted to include it in this book. I thought just do a couple homes and some photographs of the neighborhood. So you'll see some of these beautiful homes in the neighborhood. Look at this giant pile, for instance. I'm not sure what's happening there, but I thought 2 homes that will give us 2 different styles. One are the archetypal craftsman, simple yet elegant craftsman home, and that's Rani Bagai's place, the airplane craftsman that you can see here. And then I thought, let's do something grander. So we've got the Horatio Cogswell home, the sort of craftsman with a hint, as they say, of Swiss chalet. And this home is grand and is beautifully restored, as you can see. It's absolutely gorgeous, owned by a former teacher at a music college here in Los Angeles. So you've got that music stage, right? And guess what? It's still used that way today because the current owner loves to entertain. And so you can see here a photograph of a performer, a band during a party on the same music stage. So it's great to see that something that had kind of grand intentions back in the day, more than 100 years ago, I think it was built around 1911, is still being used today, which is actually pretty awesome.